Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Mythric Master today, because today we are going to be returning. We had our session of our Soulbound campaign scheduled, but we were unable to get that the necessary party together for that. So we are returning to a game that we only first got to the table last night, and that is the Design Mechanisms Mythras RPG, also known as Runequest 6th edition. And we are going to be playing a session making use of their classic fantasy supplement, augmented by the recent release of the Unearthed Companion. And with me today, and we're also making use of Michael Curtis's excellent megadungeon Stonehell. And this is making use of the Down Knighted Halls book, the core book for it. Last session, we made use of one of the Bandit Cavern supplements for it. But with me today is one person returning to Stonehell and one venturing out for the first time. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Robert.
Hi, I'm Robert. I'm playing Cargill, a half-orc ranger who apparently has been marked by the gods, and we all know how that usually ends up.
Very nice. And joining him is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I'm returning as Orban, the magical elf.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So the background for Stonehell, in a nutshell, Robert, is that several hundred years ago, there was a ruler named the Sterling Potentate who was somewhat of a tyrant in the Empire. And that cruel rule was imposed in part with the assistance of his secret police. And as he found his jails more and more full, his necromancer and philosopher advisor came to him and made an unusual suggestion. And in the northwestern regions of the Empire, in the hinterland province near a city called Verge, they found a box canyon and then went to work on this sorcerer philosopher's project, Stonehell Prison. Mm-hmm. The plan was, they work. The prisoners work to build their own prison. If they work, they are fed. If they don't work, they are not fed, and they may not escape. Apart from those rules, there were no other rules in Stonehell Prison. It was left for the prisoners to organize themselves as they see fit. And as the project increased and expanded down into the depths of the earth, the philosopher wizard began introducing variables to the dungeon, including monsters and other humanoids. They also found existing caverns and other dark things beneath the earth. But as with all things, the rule of the Sterling Potentate came to a crashing end. And when the gates of Stonehell Prison were thrown open, there were only some unfortunate few who were able to pull themselves out. Otherwise, some either felt unable to rejoin society or more happy to remain in the society that had been built in Stonehell Prison. 200 years have passed since that time. And in that time, Stonehell has had other occupants, including wizards experimenting on various things, bandits, would-be conquerors, and, of course, adventurers going to find whatever riches may be found down there, left behind by the many inhabitants of Stonehell. As we like to do with all Mega Dungeons, why don't you guys each give us a D20 roll? Let's see what new rumors you've heard of Stonehell. Orban, we can assume that the rumors you heard from last time remain ones you've heard.
Oh, so, cool.
Yeah, these will be new ones. Okay. So, Cargill, what you've heard is that the kobolds of Stonehell offer goods and services for sale in an underground bazaar.
Okay.
Okay. And Orban, you rolled a 1 last time, too, so you're really getting the...
I know, I did. I rolled a 1, and now this time the 20.
Here's what you know I've heard. All the cisterns and pools in the dungeon are protected by powerful guardians who attack anyone not knowing the proper password.
Oh.
So, the city of Verge, just to get us quickly into the mix here, I'll show you, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
This is sort of what I'm picturing for Verge. So it is a border, it's really more of a town than it is a city, but a border town that is located between here and the wilderness. There are said to be kobold tribes that are on the march in here. There's also always rumors of dark doings within Stonehell itself. And what one thing that is not on you, here's one thing to expect for the region as well. Stonehell is built in a limestone caves, and there are massive limestone mountains that are around here. So this is sort of what you travel through for about half day to get to Stonehell. Stonehell's about a half day's travel away, and when you finally make your way in, the river here, I don't think is present in Stonehell, but it'll give you an idea of just how high the walls are in the canyon as you make your way in there. And I want you to picture those as you see the gates to Stonehell, because the walls and gates would rise, I think it's 40 feet tall. And those generally kept people in rather than keep people out.
Yep.
Now, we're going to cut to the chase on this, guys, and start with you arriving at Stonehell. Jeff, we're going to assume you've got your Magicka potion back as well. So you've got one Magicka potion, one healing potion once again.
Okay, so yeah, right. It's like the kind of thing he would like buy to.
Exactly. Yeah, you would have restocked before you got here. So as you guys are approaching, I'm just going to move your tokens. Oh, let me shift ping you here. As you were approaching this place, what you can see is there is a massive 2-story gatehouse in the center of where this the entrance to the canyon is located. You can see from a distance on the south end of the canyon, you see the wall has collapsed. So there is a way through. And to the north, there is the same. You can also see that the gates, whatever portcullis or whatnot used to be there, are gone. So the gates also are wide open. Now, you've heard no rumors about the gatehouse. I guess first question is, are you approaching during the day or in the evening? Both of you have dark vision, so there is a potential for that. This is not like Barrow Maze where the undead are lurking around more at night than they are at day. So the dungeon itself may be more active for undead, but at least the surface doesn't make a difference. The advantage being is that during the daytime, you would be able to see a considerable greater distance.
Yeah, I mean, Cargill would probably defer to Orban, since Orban's been here before, which he thinks would be the better.
I mean, we snuck in at night last time, so might be better to try the daytime.
Okay.
Cargill's happy to scout out ahead, being the ranger, and seeing if he can see anything.
Sure. Ooh, so one thing you can rely on, because Orban is an elf, elves have the stealthy trait, so his stealth score is 1 degree easier than anything. So what it means is it doesn't, not to undercut your character's stealth, because you're quite stealthy too, but what it does is it allows you to rely on the wizard. He's not the clumsy, easily discovered kind of wizard.
Okay.
Now, Orban, last time, I'm going to set up the lighting for daytime here. But when we were here yesterday, you had cast armor in the morning. Would you wish to do the same thing here?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have done that.
Okay,
sure.
So go ahead and give us your arcane casting for armor. be at standard difficulty. Remember, it only really matters if you roll a critical failure. You can keep rolling as long as you don't roll a fumble. There you go. Okay. So then, and I can't remember, whatever you decide, if it's going to be the same 4 magic points you spend.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place... there we go. Because if I set the thing to daylight mode, what it does is it'll illuminate everywhere on the map, including the inside of the various rooms. I have to just quickly set a couple of light sources down here that illuminate everything that you guys could see here. So just bear with me a sec. This is a kludgy way to go about doing it, but I don't want you to lose out on the dynamic lighting part of this, because it proved to be pretty fun last night. Even if John spent much of the session wandering around in the darkness. So. Okay, so I think, guys, I think that'll cover. Let me do maybe one more here. Yeah, okay. And I've got... Oh, I've got one that is shining directly down. Let me see if I can reorient that. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's probably as good as she's going to get. All right, guys. So, you mentioned reconnoitering the place, Cargill. So, would you, Orban, are you joining him as well, or are you going to hang back?
What's your stealth? I mean, not that we should really know that in character, but I'm just...
It's very good. He's very sneaky.
Yeah.
I think I'll, since Cargill is sort of taking the lead, I think that Orban will let him, but he won't like hang way back. He'll follow him, but like at a bit of a distance.
Yep.
Okay.
He wants to see his new allies' capabilities as well, as he feels pretty confident in his own skill.
Yeah. Okay. Then, Cargill, first. Would you give us an easy, so you set the difficulty at the top first, an easy stealth check, please.
Cool.
And the way that the contested rolls work, just as a reminder, or opposed rolls, is if I fail and you succeed, that's it, which you just did. You also want to roll as high as possible without going over, because the higher of the two results. And so, yeah.
Nice.
All right, Cargill.
By the way, I've always loved that mechanic. It's like, it's a nice way of, showing somebody who's better at something.
Agreed. Yeah. It gives, and this is okay. So then remember to set your difficulty back to standard, because we'll most stuff is standard. All right. So here's what you see is the gatehouse. I mean, there are those 2 openings in the north and south that seem crumbled, and it seems to allow you access into Stonehell itself. I'm going to assume that neither of you guys have had access to here yet. So this is your first time to the main entrance of Cargill. Orban was exploring a back way in to avoid this stuff, but for today, we're going in. What you can see lying on the ground is 200-year-old wall doors, massive siege doors that have been blasted off the hinges in some way. In the entrance to the gatehouse here, there are the remnants of rusted portcullis on both sides, but generations of adventurers have pried those aside or broken them or whatnot, so it's easy to make your way into there. or at least it appears to be. You can see that. Give us a perception check, please, at easy, because you'll have plenty of time to kind of, sit and observe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I succeeded, but I did not do a great roll. I don't think I critted. I did not. So, Cargill, an easy perception check, please.
Sure. Oops. I closed the character sheet. Okay, I need to pop that character sheet out. There we go. All right. Easy perception?
Easy perception, please.
Yep. Okay.
Nice. Your perception's huge. Holy smokes. So what you can see is skittering across the top, and they are doing a pretty good job of trying to hide themselves. But what you can see is a lookout.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll use...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll use this. All right. Wait, did that work? There he is. Here's what is goblins.
Oh.
Okay. When he sees those, he kind of looks over his shoulder to see how close Orban is. He knows that he's falling behind. He kind of points up.
Okay. Orban, why don't you give us an easy perception check as well? You can see precisely what he's pointing to. So, one thing to consider is, what is your goal here in Stonehell? Is it to just plunder the surface? Because you've heard rumors that there's places on the sides of the canyon. Is it to free the gatehouse, see what's in there? Popular place for adventurers to rest when they're overnighting at Stonehell, for those foolish enough to do that. Or is it to make it to the entrance at the far end of the canyon and make your way down?
I think Cargill's. Yeah, I was actually thinking of something before you said it. Was his? Hold on a second, I got a cat and I want some. Hi, say hi. I think he would be. His overall ambition, and of course this is well beyond this particular session, would be to create like a stronghold within Stonehell. So, not really to take, he's not so stupid that he would want to take back all of Stonehell, but like have a stronghold that basically keeps people from going out into the wilderness from Stonehell, and also allows people who are exploring to. But for now, he's on kind of a reconnoiter mission, which is he had heard Orban came back recently, and he went up to him and said, "Hey, what have you heard?" And that's how maybe the two of them are together.
Okay.
Maybe.
Orban, what are you thinking?
Well, I mean, he hasn't told Cargill, but he has heard about a djinn within, hidden in a great cube, and he'd certainly like to get some of his wishes granted.
Okay. So, then, what is the plan? If you're clearing out, is it a matter of dealing with whatever goblins are in here? Is it a matter of just avoiding them by going around one side or the other side? What do you think?
Yeah, would you want to clear them? Goblins are a nuisance.
I mean, they'll just be back, right? Probably. We're gonna be able to get rid of them for good. I would.
So this game, this mega dungeon has a interesting, like Barrow Maze, it has a restock mechanic.
Okay. Yep.
So like the place, if you're playing this on an ongoing game, it's not guaranteed that they're going to get back. Or if you took steps to try and mitigate against them, there may be other opportunity, creatures or whatnot that'll go in there, but it is not. It's not auto restock like a fucking WoW dungeon, No,
I know. He's thinking from the perspective of the ecology of goblins. Like, they're like cockroaches. You think you get them all, and there's probably one left. And next thing you know, got 30, or maybe triples.
There is a hobgoblin army that seems to be, at least rumored to be forming as well, too. And goblins kind of follow in their wake the way that other, like, camp followers would with human armies. So, what are you doing then?
Cargill suggests, he's like, maybe we have bigger fish to fry. I mean, we can take these guys out anytime. He's also pretty confident in his abilities. But I'm happy to clear them as a test to see how we work together too.
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
So how
clear them?
How would you like to approach them?
So I'm assuming that this map is pretty like there's a tree. So so Cam, can you show about where we saw the goblins? Are they're up on the walls?
They're sort of up on, so the gatehouse itself has 2 stories, and then there is the roof. The roof is where he was located. Okay. You saw him on the roof, and he was fairly well hidden. It basically would take you, the first squares here would be difficult terrain, so it would cost twice to get through, just because you're having to squeeze through on both sides here.
Yep.
There are no visible lights within the gatehouse itself, so it's not clear where they may be. There's no cooking fires you can see, like tendrils of smoke coming out of. But and unfortunately, I don't think either of you have collected information about the layout of the gatehouse, how you get in there or whatnot.
No.
But if the gatehouse is anything like what I can tell you is that from this distance, you cannot see anything on the any obvious entrance into the gatehouse itself. But what you can see is an enormous amount of graffiti. Since you were the one looking, Cargo, give us a D12 roll, please.
Yep.
Okay. It looks like someone has scrawled out on from the distance, you can't make out the details on it, but it looks like someone may have scrawled out a portion of a map onto there, and there's some writing that is next to it that you would need to get closer to read. But there's graffiti all on the outside of this thing. Yeah.
He tries to, since he can kind of see a good ways in, he's going to start to move forward. And sorry, we're on the wall, like, say,
wherever you wish to be. Like, you're going to have to approach this place from a distance. From where the archer is located, he's got a great, or at least where the lookout is located, he's got a great vantage on any approach to here. So you're going to have to, if you're going to sneak in, you're going to want to either like hug the walls of the canyon, then make your way up to the side in the north or the south.
Yep. He kind of observes the guy up there too, to see if he's like, if he looks like really observant, or if he like just like pokes his head up once in a while, and then maybe focuses on something else.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to be keeping watch. He's,
Okay. Sure. Okay, he'll hug the canyon, and he's going to attempt to get close enough to the graffiti to see it. Is the graffiti like on...
If you're hugging the canyon, you're going to have to come from the north end or the south end of this map, then. Where you think?
Okay, like...
Because you can see, if you scroll up, you can see where the canyon walls are.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, he would do that. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't move my guy yet. Okay. Yeah, but he would probably come down here, then move around, and so on.
Oh, sorry, your map hasn't, or at least my map hasn't updated if you've moved your character.
No, I haven't moved him, but yeah, he would be up here. Okay.
Yeah. So then you guys, Orban, it seems like you guys are approaching from the north.
Yep.
All right. Why don't you each give us stealth checks, please, And
Sure.
we'll make it easy for you, Cargo, and it'll be very easy for you, Orban, because you're elven stealthy.
Okay. Easy. Stealth. There it is. All right.
Nice. Critical
Ooh.
for Orban. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, the guys keeping pretty good watch, but you guys have rolled better. All right. So if you move up, the graffiti that you were seeing was on the gatehouse itself. You can feel free to move yourself either through this gap, or you can move over to the graffiti you've viewed thus far is along here. Now that you're closer, Orban, why don't you give us a D12 roll as well? Please.
Sorry, a D12?
Yes, please. Okay. So the graffiti you see and can make out is in Elvish, and what it reads is, "I had it. A ruby the size of a fist was almost mine, but a giant serpent swallowed it before I could reach it." Cargill, you can. You planning on carrying along the gatehouse, or are you going to go through that gap?
So I saw the thing here, or you said I saw the graffiti like there?
Yeah, on the gatehouse itself.
His plan is to get to that location so that he can read it. Yep. So he wants to go to here. Yeah.
These guys are sneaking along.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see
follow
there...
along about 20 feet behind.
Okay. So there's a crude map of a small portion, presumably of Stonehell's levels, and there is an X on it, which says, "We put it here."
Okay. How will we do that mechanically? Like, do I need to see the map? That map that you were talking about? Or...
There is a series of interconnected rooms. Classic, not hex crawl style, but they draw rooms kind of connect together.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try and copy this down if you like. Orban actually has sheets of parchment, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, he would do that. Copy it down. That if he starts to recognize the layout.
Okay. So Orban, Cargill is like, "Come here."
Yeah, I'll come over.
And he points out someone has drawn scrawled a map and says, "It put it here."
Yeah. So can you copy this? That if we okay.
So I'll scratch it down.
So why don't you give us a, let's see here. It's probably perception, I guess. Let me make a secret roll for you, see how accurate it is.
Yes.
Okay. So you can put down on your character sheet under your equipment, reduce the number of parchment you have by 1. I think you got... Oh, you got 3 pages of parchment. So you have 2 pages of parchment now, and you'll have 1 partial map.
Okay, partial map.
Okay. What would you guys like to do next?
When we were passing, and when I was passing this, I would have looked in to see if there was any more obvious, like if there was something of interest in this direction. I guess all I could see is looks like the canyon wall there.
Yeah, so there's a canyon wall here, and there is a opening, like an aperture into some kind of structure right there, and there are the walls of a ruined structure here.
Yeah.
The timbers have collapsed over the intervening centuries, but this seems to be a formal structure built into the side of a wall, or a side of the canyon walls.
Yeah. He points that out, then he asks Orban, low voice, of course, what's your preference? Check that out or go hunt some goblins?
I mean, we may wish to take this lookout out. He's eventually going to spot us if we're not careful.
There's probably more, though. We take him out, we could have the whole gatehouse on us.
It's possible. I don't know.
I can try to take him with my bow. He's
up high. Yeah.
Let me look at his Cargol's. What do you think the range is, Kev?
So I'm just checking the size of this little fella.
Certainly within 375, probably.
So the size of the goblins. So again, the range of your weapon actually relates to the damage that'll do, right? So it's the tricky thing here is you can aim, and then if you spend a full round aiming, what it allows you to do is ignore one difficulty stage of things. So like the fact that he's got cover, for instance, would be there. But trouble is you can't pick location at that range. And distance pendulums. Here we go. His size is 10 or less, which means wait, is he 10 or less size? He is. Shit. So he's actually a little harder to hit at the best of times because goblins are bastards. So it's one step harder normally at a range of, say, 120 feet. It would be 2 steps harder. That becomes 3 steps harder at a range of around 240 feet.
I do have this. Oops. I didn't put out the ability like I thought I would. My species enemy are goblins. Yeah. That does some fair good of fun stuff.
Yeah, so that increases... let's see here.
Is there a way to post the ability into...
I can't remember. I saw, like, John was able to do that last night.
Here, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it the old school way, which is cut and paste.
I think it could just be that I'm not... the way that I've identified the things. Let's see here. Oh, there you go. Yeah, if you click on the lightning bolt...
Oh, okay. I didn't do it that way, but I just...
Yeah, if you click on the lightning bolt, that'll display your stuff. So reroll any failed roll once per scene.
That's an interaction. Does that count as... I mean, try to kill him sounds like
definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
And I can apply the ability to combat style.
Okay, so then your damage modifier, the way that you can track that, if you go into... So any of the little, like... sub sections in here, any of the little squares, there's a cog in the top right. If you so for instance, your damage modifier, if you click on the cog for that, it'll open up and you can put temp in there. If you put a 1 in there, it'll bump it up. You'll see it changes to a D6 instead of a D4.
I see. Okay.
So if you are happening to target goblins or fighting goblins, you would increase that. Okay.
I may need a little bit of help when I actually do that.
Sure.
Okay. So
if you like, so what hard is only so it'd be 2 steps down, which would be hard, and then let's see, your aiming would offset one of those. Hard is you reduce it by 1/3. So your combat style would be reduced by 1/3 for this shot, and then you get a chance to reroll because you're species enemy.
Okay, yeah. He says, well, let's take him, see what happens.
Okay.
He's like, of course, he's smiling a bit because he obviously wants to kill Goblin.
Yeah. So let's say, I think you'll be able to pick it so it's an optimum range. So let's just make it a normal attack with your aiming. And let's see here. Is he obscured? No, but he's got cover. So we're going to make it hard again just to reflect the fact that he's kind of crouched up there for the angle. So go ahead and set it to hard, and then go ahead and click on your combat style.
Combat style. Should I add the... Let's see, does it do anything for the...
It's a reroll.
It's a reroll. That's all. Okay. Combat style. Okay. Ranger. Boomba.
That is a hit. Nice. All right. So go ahead and click. You can't, because it's a ranged attack at that is outside of your close range. You can't pick a location, but go ahead and click on either hit standard and click on your token, or just hit the hit location button on yours. Let's see where you hit this thing. On the character sheet, there's a D6 or D20.
Yep.
If you hover over to that, you can click that as a button.
That's D20 for, or should I do it on the?
Either, like the way I've suggested it actually is it takes 2 clicks. Clicking it on your character sheet takes 1.
Okay, well, let's see. Hit location standard, right?
Yep, and then click on your token.
My token. Okay.
That's only for convenience because I'm not going to... You could, if I was like really proactive, I could set up a bunch of things in the abdomen. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what you get to pick is a special effect because he could not defend.
Okay.
So...
yeah, and I actually have the rules. Yeah, the PDF is pretty blurry to me, so I'm going to just look at my rules.
Which one? I mean, if you open up the
special effects summary.
Not the summary. Again, don't use a summary. Use one of the decks that I gave you.
Oh, okay.
Go to Archer and open up that one.
Archer.
The special effects summary is just way too much analysis paralysis, but the Archer one just has, you know, a list of the... so, for instance...
circumvent cover...
Which means no parrying.
Oh, that's self-guided ammunition. You completely bypass an otherwise successful parry, and would he be able to parry?
Yeah, he's unaware, so he couldn't parry.
Okay.
You could use Impale, where you roll damage twice and take the higher.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, let's do that one.
You could use Marksman to adjust the shot from by one step to an adjacent part of the body. So the chest instead of abdomen. That's not really helpful here, but...
No. Yeah, let me just do Impale.
Impale, you got it. So go ahead and roll damage twice using your longbow. And make sure, hold on, did you adjust your damage modifier?
No, that's what I was just going to ask. So now I need to do that here, where I do it with the weapon.
Not the weapon, go to the top.
Okay.
Go click on the cog where your damage modifier is. It's the middle of the 3 or 4 things here. I'm just opening up your character sheet too. So under attributes.
Oh, okay, got it. Yep.
Click on the cog. Then when it says temp mod, put a 1 in there, and then click out. It should bump it up to a D6 then.
And sorry, what do I put in the temp mod?
A 1.
1, okay. Okay, I went up to 1d6,
Yep, you close the cog, and then go ahead and click on damage for your longbow.
Sure. And I get to...
roll twice, and take the better of the 2.
Okay. I think we will take the 7.
Okay, so 7 damage to the abdomen is... Oof. So you hear, and he slumps over, does not move.
And he just grins.
Ooh.
You are down
shot, Gargle.
1 arrow as well.
Okay.
I think you got 20 arrows.
I knew you could do it.
Okay. So
now we may go look around safely.
Sure.
Okay. Where would you guys like to go next?
He pauses for just a moment and he waits to see, because he knows that that's up on the roof. He just wants to make sure there's nobody else up there who saw that.
Sure.
Does he hear anything? He waits maybe a minute.
Nothing.
To listen. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So assuming you move back to the same position here, what would you guys like to do? Through the gap, through the main gateway?
I think maybe through the gap to see what that structure is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead and move yourself about 25 feet. So each, I think I've got this set to feet. I do. Great. Go ahead and move 25 feet at a time. I'll tell you if anything happens.
Sorry, I was trying to find where my arrows... Anyway, I have marked down that I have 19 left, so...
I think it's at the bottom is where your things are, and I think there is I think there is a list of, number.
Okay, yeah, so I was looking at gear wealth, but would it be on the core page?
Oh, it says 20. Oh, hold on. So encumbrance...
Like I have a quiver with 20 arrows.
Yeah, so you have to kind of edit that manually.
Okay, sure.
Because there's not an easy way. You can't do increments for encumbrance. So.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Okay, so move 25 at a time.
Yep.
He's gonna approach.
Okay, wait, before you move, Orban's just gonna say, watch out for traps.
Okay. He looks back and says, you ran into some traps? Yeah.
No, I've seen them previously.
Okay. So he's keeping an eye. Before he moves each time, he looks kind of at the ground, and then he looks up towards the top of the place he's going through, just to see if there's anything.
Nothing. The shattered mortar work that made up these massive walls.
Yeah.
Like one thought that might cross your mind is like, why on earth would you need 50-foot thick or 25-foot thick walls just to keep people in a prison?
Yep.
Cargill, since you were taking the lead, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
Sure.
Okay.
20 feet behind.
Because we have random encounters.
Okay.
All right.
Keep moving.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, too, with the big walls of the gates behind you, 200-foot tall limestone walls above you. There's very much I imagine, claustrophobic kind of feel.
Yep. Does he see any doors like along this wall? He's kind of like
there is a broken iron door on the ground right here.
Okay. So he points to that as he goes, but he's still going to see this structure first.
There's also there's a similar one on the other leg of the gatehouse as well.
Okay. So each time he points down.
So as you get to there, Cargill, there's something curious you see. Because you're looking around, and maybe it's your eyes playing tricks on you, but right around here, there is a stump of a tree. No doubt cut down by some, someone in the intervening 200 years. But sitting on the stump of that is a rabbit. A big, tawny brown hare.
Yep.
And its ears are up and it's staring at you. And you both kind of stop and you're looking at it. And it's from a distance of, 50 or 60 feet away. It's just staring at you. And you're being pretty quiet right now.
Yep.
What do you do?
Yeah. Glances over at Orban. And, I mean, Cargill being a ranger, this feels very odd for a rabbit. He points and he kind of waits and he kind of waves Orban up so he can see it.
Sure. So if you look over at Orban, you wave over and you look back, it's gone.
Oh.
Okay. I wonder if it's like a familiar of some sort. Are familiars a thing in this game?
They are.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, he says, somebody might know we're here, but we have no idea what his or her intentions would be, so I say we continue on.
Area down here is just thick. This was no doubt like a barracks or something like that before.
Yep.
Completely ruined, full of weeds and overgrown bits of like detritus and then weeds and other plant life that have sort of grown in around it.
Yep.
So
it says keep that in the back of our mind. Maybe explore it after we check out this place.
Okay.
And who knows? That guy whoever could have just been a very strange and intelligent rabbit. You never know. So,
you never know.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So he comes to here, so you can see inside. So I assume then that there's no actual door here.
There is no door. So the entrance here.
We've got to move to the other side quickly, and he waves Orban over.
Okay. So what you guys can see in here is dirt and debris blown in by the wind cover this. And you can see there is this a discolored and mildewed door along the northern wall. There is nothing else it's a utterly black cavern, but there's a very soft orange glow that is coming from the left, from the west.
Inside.
Inside,
okay.
Correct.
Okay. And these two, I guess the pillars at the door would have been on, maybe not pillars, but does it give like, did it look like there once was a door here, or are there like fragments of it?
This seems to have been open,
okay.
But it does look like there. It is a tiled floor inside, like
okay.
a proper floor inside.
Okay.
One thing though that you notice is obviously this is aged, so this is something that dates from in the era when the Stonehell was active. I think, Orban, you've got history. Why don't you give us a very easy history check?
Okay.
Actually, that puts you at like 112%. So let's just see. I'm more interested in seeing if you've got a crit out of this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're going to get some stuff out of this, but very close.
So close.
So what you know, Orban, if you look in, the quality of the work on the walls and the quality of work on the floor tells you that this is, if this is some kind of crypt or something like that, it's for somebody that people don't care about. More likely, this was some kind of like storage or other practical use place.
Yeah.
And there's something,
the storage room to me.
And there's some light again coming from the left.
Yeah.
Very soft, like maybe a candle, but it's not wavering the way a candle would when exposed to wind. It is a soft, persisting orange glow.
And so the prison is all the stuff to our south, right?
To the end of the western end of the canyon is the entrance to Stonehell. Well, you've heard there's a winding staircase that will bring you down between 60 and 100 feet down into the earth.
Okay. This does not look like it's any part of Stonehell.
No.
He looks over at Orban and says, "You hear anything about this before?" I think we should check it out.
Yeah, I think it's worth a look.
So Cargill steps inside. When he puts his foot down, like he's kind of like testing, and before he puts his full weight on it, just in case.
Are you trying to be unseen as well?
He doesn't really like. Is there anything he could hide behind? Like he's trying to be quiet.
Unheard is what. Yeah, I'm
he's trying to be quiet.
Yeah, sure. Give us a. Let's say it's an easy stealth check.
Sure. Okay. All right, one of these he's going to fail. And of course that I shouldn't say that. And I should never say that. Why do I do that? Why do I do that to myself? Stealth. Where to go? Can I see it? There it is. Nope.
Nice. Okay. And then Orban, if you are following behind, feel free to give us that check as well. And
he will move.
Also an easy?
Yours will actually be very easy because you're stealthy.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He moves up a little bit to allow Orban to come in directly behind him.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just finding something in here. All right. It's nice how the classic fantasy has like most of the critters you'd expect to find in like old school D&D.
Yep.
I like that quite a bit.
Yeah, sometimes it's always just fun to go in a dungeon and kill goblins.
Absolutely.
And
yeah, and that's why I thought it would be fun because we're down, folks, and we had it was a fun session last night.
Yeah.
So, all right. Found what I need here. I've made my roll. All right. Now, Cargill. It is a contested roll.
Okay.
So 28 or an opposed roll. if I roll better than that and it was still a success, I may have beaten you. Are you satisfied with that, or do you wish to spend a point of luck and re-roll?
I'm okay with holding on to the luck. I don't know exactly what you can use luck for, but can you...
So again, you can use luck to re-roll, either make you re-roll, make me re-roll, make one of your allies re-roll.
Okay.
It can be used to take an extra action. It can also be used to reduce your a wound from serious down to a major wound.
Sure. Yeah,
and then
he's fine.
It refreshes at the start of each session.
Okay. No, he'll hold on to it.
Okay. Give me a sec here. I've got... Oh, there we go. All right. And we'll give this thing an orange hue here. Guys, we're going to drop into combat.
Oh, okay. I was not stealthy enough.
Okay. And let me set the orange. What I've been doing, Robert, is adding color to the other light sources so you can distinguish between your dark vision and where the other stuff starts.
Yep.
So let's do this. If you guys could click on initiative. You don't need to click on your token. Just click on initiative. It'll roll the D10 and add your initiative score. And
and that is...
on the under attributes, actually. And it's
Under
a little clickable thing. You can click right on the word.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Higher better?
Higher better. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I'm going to add a turn here. You're going to see what this is in a moment, so I'm not super concerned about... I'm spoiling the secret. If it was deeper in the dungeon or something like that, I would hide it and then bring it up, but I want you guys to see the light source as it emerges.
But my biologist self says that's probably what they call an incendiary beetle. Maybe not the ones that shoot fire out of their coon. Coon is butt in Farsi. So.
All right. So, Orobin, why don't you give us let me make a check here. Why don't you give us a standard perception check, please?
Yeah, because I was going to say he hasn't seen anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, no, he's unaware.
Okay, you satisfied with that, or you want to luck it?
Let's spend the luck. We got time in the day left here.
Nice. Okay. So what you can see is that light, the wavering light, it seems to be growing. You can almost see it creeping across the floor. Whatever the light source is, it seems to be approaching. So you can make your judgment. So the way that I'll just reiterate, we go through cycles of this. So we go through, and each cycle, each player gets to, as long as you have action points left, you get to take a turn.
Okay.
So Orobin, what would you like to do? First AP. And remember, at the end of this is where you will dictate how fast you're choosing to move. You don't need to move, but it just tells you how much move you have available for the first two cycles.
Yeah, so I see a light approaching. I don't think I would cast invisibility.
So other options are things like you could prepare a spell, like to ready an action almost.
Oh, you can do that. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, let's I'll prepare magic missile.
Okay. And are you walking? Or if you're casting
I'll just step forward. Just to be in line with Cargill.
Okay.
Like that.
So then you'll have on your second cycle, you'll have 10 more if you wish to walk. Continue walking.
Right.
All right. So this thing is going to come snoop. Let me put Stonehell down. Grab this. It is skittering forward. Ooh. And okay.
Why am I getting hints of the mummy?
4. So this is what comes around the corner, guys. Perhaps the largest fire beetle you have seen.
Okay.
It comes skidding around the corner, and it looks at the two of you, and I'm going to roll a reaction. Because I don't know if this thing's going to be immediately hostile.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Reactions. So no... Let's see. Is it in your game system? For those listening at home, this is my second time running Mythras, so apologies if I'm having to look some stuff up. Okay, so it's not listed there directly in there. Let's do this. Okay, you can see it's glowing thorax kind of it hisses at you as its teeth open up. Cargill, what are you doing? You have 1 AP.
He pulls up the...
I guess, what do you have out right now?
He would have had his bow ready.
Okay, so I'm assuming you got an arrow knocked as well too, so you're not going to have to worry about reload. Okay.
Now does this, when you said he has 1 AP, but he has... You mean 1 AP for this round?
Yeah, so each cycle... Okay. So round, cycle, and turn all mean different things in this game.
Okay.
Turn is what you choose to do with your one action in a given cycle. Round is the full round of combat.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I need to drop his action points when I use one, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
When you take an action, you lose one.
All right. So he's got knocked.
Sorry to interrupt, but Orban, this is where I'm not sure if you were preparing to cast when you see this thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So you have a choice.
When I saw if it was a threat or not, yeah.
Yeah, and like that's all it's done so far is move forward and kind of hiss at you. But do you want to cast now?
I think he probably would. You said it was like menacingly biting at us.
Yeah.
I think that would be enough. So roll my arcane casting.
Okay. Yep. And it's at standard for a rank 1 spell.
Ooh.
So you could luck it to re-roll. You could force the cast to lose the spell from memory, or just take the loss. What do you think?
Use the luck right now.
Okay.
Try a re-roll here. Come on.
There you go. Success. I think it's 3 magic points, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then 1d6. Roll hit location.
Yeah.
And it won't track directly, but I've got it's a d20 you're rolling. So if you click on hit location, I'll just compare that to its anatomy.
Right, because it's got special anatomy.
Right in the fucking thorax. So the glowing areas where you hit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Explode.
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah. Just typing the old.
Nice. Now, one thing that's nice about the magic missile is it ignores armor. So that slams into this thing, and there's a little bit of like pus that comes out. That's not a huge effect on it, but you have at least started to weaken it. So Cargill, for instance, this is at a range where you could, if you get a special effect, you can target location. Okay. So,
and if would hitting the same location, so basically if you destroy the thorax, that thing's probably dead. Okay.
So the way that goes is each location, you'll see on your character sheet, each location has a number associated with their hit points. When you, as long as you've still got hit points in there, it's a minor wound, doesn't have any effect. If you go beyond that, it is a serious wound. And a serious wound is one where you lose 1d3 turns, and it's potentially going to be causing other problems over long term. Once you lose, that is up to negative your score for your location. Once you're beyond that, it is a serious wound. That's when shit gets real bad. Okay. Sure. So
he's gonna try to hit the same location with an arrow.
Okay. And I think I'm trying to say, you make an attack first, then I decide. So one thing I fucked up about is you make the decision for defending after we see the results. So go ahead and give us your combat style.
Yeah, that's standard. Difficulty standard.
Difficulty standard, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Combat style ranger.
Nice. Okay. Make sure you set your damage modifier back to 0, or the temp thing. That is a hit. And is this thing going to evade? I don't think he knows what's going on yet. It's a beetle. So that means you get one special effect from it, which you could just choose location if you want.
Yeah, we'll choose location. We'll try to hit it right in the thorax.
Go ahead and give us damage with your longbow.
And that's it.
Oh, 4 damage. So the thing is, the thorax on this thing is pretty armored.
Armored, yeah.
Yeah. So you hit it, and that arrow splinters.
Ooh, okay.
Against it. Okay.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah, I was at the bow like this.
So then it is. Also, you pick your movement rate. You can't run. You'd have to walk at most, which would give you 20. So, and then it's split equally across the first two cycles. So you could move 10 feet if you'd like. So 2 squares.
2 squares. Sure. He'll go to here. Okay.
So the tiles on this are a little misleading. I'm not sure if you intended only to move 1 forward, but you could actually move another if you wanted.
Oh, these are 5?
Yeah, the squares are set up. The map is incredibly well done because all the walls match up with the actual map thing here. The tiles in this though are a little deceptive because it's 4 per square. All right. Okay. Then it's cycle 2. Orban, what are you doing? So your magic missile seems to be incredibly effective against it. But it does seem to be fairly armored. So you saw Cargill's arrow. It struck through right in against the thing, but it shattered against it.
Yeah, so I think I would cast again.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
You luck it or do you force it? Or just take it the fail?
I think I will take the fail on this one.
Okay.
I don't want to lose magic missile.
Sure. You still could move another 2 squares if you like.
Yeah, I'll move up a bit to see if I can see if there's another one. Okay. I don't see one yet.
All right. On this thing's turn, it is going to finish lumbering forward to be into contact. But because it was running, it's not going to be able to attack this round. Cargill.
Interesting. Let's make sure I understand drop foe correctly. Do I have to... Defender must make an endurance roll versus attacker's original roll.
Yeah, so whatever you rolled on your attack roll, it becomes an opposed check. A lot of the special effects are that way. So, let's say if we use your last attack, your last one was a 62, I would have to succeed on an endurance check and beat a 62.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's even if I don't do damage?
Look at the first part of that. You inflict at least a minor wound on the defender.
Okay. That seems pretty powerful.
Yeah, it can be pretty effective.
Okay, you know what? He's... And I can still shoot if it's effectively melee range, yes?
You can, however, your reload, the load on longbow is 2. It takes you 2 actions.
Okay. What about switching out a weapon? Is that an action?
It is an action to draw and ready another weapon. It is a free action to drop something, though. You could keep the bow in one hand and draw your longsword, for instance, as an action.
He does that, so that's his action.
Okay, so your longsword is out. Then... Cycle 3, no one's... Oh, you could move another 2 squares if you like, Cardinal?
He's going to try to draw the... I mean, I know... Okay, so he did damage, so he's probably going... He interposes himself between the beetle and Orban.
Nice. Okay. I should... To be fair here, I'll put a blue bar on this thing to show you, because it only has 2 action points, actually. Okay. And I have zilch left. Players can see.
Nice.
You guys can see that bar now, right?
I cannot. Well, actually, I can see a bar at the bottom. Yeah, now I can see it. Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, because I've used up all my action points. If you guys are tracking, I can do the same. All right. So then, cycle 3. No one can move, but Orban, you got 1 AP left. What are you doing?
This thing is large, Kevin?
It is, yeah. It is.
So this room, there's more room in this space. I'm tempted to cast a spell to try it out just to see what it does.
What are you thinking?
Well, I have enlarge.
Oh.
I could enlarge my ally to make the fight a little fairer.
Yeah. So let's see here. Enlarge is one of those ones where your intensity comes into play.
Totally. If I don't, I have to cast it at least at a 3 for you to gain any damage modifications or.
So it is capped by your rank as well.
Oh, is it? Oh, so I can only do it one level.
Yeah. The intensity? The intensity still can be increased, but the only thing you'll get is additional duration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we give him +4 size, but that will actually increase his size. Increases your hit points per location and increases your damage modifier.
Oh,
so,
but only.
So you'll be able to cast it at your caster rank 1. You could cast it at intensity 1 for 3 magic points. That grants +4 size to him.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it out, just because it's interesting.
Okay. So it'll be 1 action. Go ahead and give us a casting check.
Here we go.
Or arcane casting.
Let's see if it works. Oh, goodness.
It's 1 off from a fumble. You want to luck that, or you just let it, or force the spell?
Yeah, let's force this spell. I don't expect to need this one again.
So you lose 3 magic points, and it goes off. Cargill, if you could go into your character sheet, under characteristics, hit the cog there, and then for a temp modifier on size, put 3, please.
There doesn't seem to be a cog, so.
Oh yeah. Wonder where you can add that. Let's see here. Not there.
Attributes. Can I just change it? It's. I would change it to 19. Is the idea?
Yes. Try changing the current to 19. Let's see what happens.
Oh, sorry. I changed the base 16.
Can you change the current?
Let's see. Yep.
Nice. Okay, there we go. So that's how we do that. All right. So current. Your damage mod has gone up to 1d6 now.
Nice. Let's see. Now we can look at Savage Worlds and figure out how big he is.
You are plus 20% height increase.
Okay.
So if you're, if you're 6 foot tall, you're 1 extra foot. So
okay, sure.
All right. So that's what Orban casts. What does your enlarge look like as you cast it?
Again, like I described yesterday, like Orban's got lots of hand movements to his spells, big elaborate stuff, and so like by the end he's like doing this, like get bigger, and then if do I have to touch him for it to go off?
I think it's a touch.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it's a range 30 feet.
Oh no, it's just range. Oh,
yeah.
So then like when he's done, finally he just like almost like he pinches like in the air, and he like pulls, and as he pulls it up, like he gets taller.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Let's say that he, just for the coolness of it, he's like Cargill's already winding up to do the swing when it hits, and so there's like this. He doesn't even know what's happening when he makes a swing.
All right. So then, it is the beetle does not have any action points left, so he's not in this cycle. Cargill, you do have 1 left.
Sure, he is swinging that sword, and as he does it, he feels himself getting bigger.
Now, let me see here. The reach of the beetle is mandible. So actually, you're with your long sword, which has a reach of long. This thing cannot. It's not going to be able to attack you right away. It can defend if it had an AP, but it does not. Yep. So just make this hit count. Go ahead and give us a standard combat style, please.
Standard combat style. Sure. I'm just checking to see if I have anything else here. My love of the North Country probably doesn't give me anything. It's like, oh, I love the North. Nope. Yeah, here, where'd it go? Combat style. There it is.
Okay. Solid hit. Go ahead and click on. So you've got one special effect right now. Go ahead and click on.
Effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I picked. I was gonna pick. I've got two possibilities. I've got.
So remember that's a different deck.
Yep, I found that
Oh,
have you?
Okay, fantastic. Sorry. Okay.
One-handed swords. I was looking at either bypass armor or where did the other one go? Maximize damage.
You need to get a critical in order to bypass armor.
Okay. And apparently I need to get a critical for maximized damage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now choose location. It says critical only. That's only for range attacks. So you can choose location with melee. He's not parried. You can't disarm him. He could impale, but really, you need to leave the weapon in there. Then. Yep.
Let's do.
That can maximize damage as well. Oh, that's a crit. That's a crit as well.
Yeah. That's why I said. I think probably choose location. Does he like see a spot that looks maybe less armored?
Yes.
I mean, I would assume the head is not as armored.
There's chitin all over this damn thing.
Yeah.
The thorax. The thorax is actually the least armored area.
All right. Yeah, so he'll just aim for that again, and so I just roll damage longsword. Yes.
Yep, that's right. Just hit the longsword on the thing there. 8. Nice. That is enough to get through. So that is, let's see here, between 8 and you did 4 with the magic missile. That is 8 damage.
Nice.
That's a lot on this thing. So it loses 1d3 turns. You want to give us a d3 roll there, Cargill?
Sure.
This is basically how many action points it loses. So you may have hurt it enough. Nice. That's like the next round and a half. Okay.
Wow.
So why don't we take our mid-session break, because we're a little bit past that right now, and then we'll do round 2.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Cool. Write down those keywords so that I'm going to go that particular cat. We would like to leave between 1 and 1:30.
Okay.
So if you want to come with us.
All right. Hey, everybody at home. Archer, what's going on? This was last night as well. Yes, that's correct. What's going on? Haven't had a chance to watch last night's stream. I'm sorry, I'm late in answering, Archer. Not necessarily. It's the same character that Jeff has played last night as he's playing tonight, and it's the same dungeon, but there's not necessarily any direct crossover. Olago, what's going on? Yeah, Mythras is. I've not run it until last night. Was the first time, but I've been heavily recommended by a lot of folks in the community before, and I'm really enjoying seeing how it plays out. Oh, thanks, Uncle, for hey, Brandon, what's going on? The stone maps. So the Stonehell maps are from the Discord. I didn't know the name of the person who had it. They have their like Discord handle, but these Stonehell maps were shared on the not the Discord, the Reddit, the Stonehell Reddit. You can find these pretty easily. Do a search for Stonehell maps, and you'll find them posted on Reddit. The guy who did this one also did two, or the person I should say. I don't know if it's a guy or not. The person who did these. Did the surface level, the first 2 levels, and then someone else added the bandit caverns that we used last night as well. And then there are, it looks like someone picked up the baton. I haven't seen them yet, but there's also maps for the lower levels in down darkened halls, down night haunted halls. This has 5 levels in it, and I believe all 5 have been mapped out by folks on the Stonehell or OSR Reddit. So if you look over there, you should be able to. I mean, honestly, I found these with the Google search, and then found the Reddit pages where these people had it. So they're very, very nice looking maps. And it's another nice thing is they've got them set up for the dimensions for a virtual tabletop. So I was able to just set like the size of the screen and then just drop this thing in there and resize it. It fits up beautifully with the way that the map is set up to the virtual grid on it. So really, really well done on this. Brandon's in chat, Jeff. Hey, Ronaldo. Look, good excuse to learn the system. Yeah, it's an interesting game. Like I can see there's parts of it that remind me of other. I don't think it's been influenced by the Age games, but like there's things about the Age games that I like in theory, but not necessarily in practice. That I feel go a little better in this with the special effects. I'm a very impatient game master, though, so the speed of play is a big thing for me, and this feels like it has a faster speed of play than what the Age game does. Less, dithering over how we're spending your fate stunt points and stuff like that. But all right, guys, so we're all back. We're on to round 2. Top of the round, Orban. You get all your action points back. What are you going to do?
Put my action points back. So the problem is I don't know if I want to spend more magic. So he's gonna step around. Oh, he can't step. So this turn he's just gonna get his ready his quarterstaff, and then at the end he's gonna move beside Corgil here.
Okay.
Cargill.
This thing seems to be reeling from that the blow that Cargill struck. All right, so I lose my first action. Cargill, 3 AP again. What are you doing? The first one.
He swings again, straight at the thorax.
Okay. So go ahead and give us
As a player, I'm a little worried this thing's going to explode on us, but I'm assuming he's never seen one of these before. So.
Give us a combat style check at standard.
Yep. Sorry, still getting used to it. There it is.
Oh, you want to luck that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my green bar.
Correct.
Okay. So I re-roll it.
Come on.
Where'd it go? There I am.
Nice. All right. That's a hit. You'll get one. It's not a crit, so you get 1 special effect. Are you hitting that thorax again, or?
Yeah, he's in the thorax again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
He's like, if it works, man, you just keep wailing on it.
Okay. Give us your longsword. Ooh.
No, not enough.
Not enough to get through the armor. No, unfortunately. All right. Then. Oh, yeah. No, it isn't enough, unfortunately. Then
this is taking into account the size, yes?
It would have done that, yeah. You just rolled a 1 and a 3 on your damage dice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because the way damage modifier works in this is it starts at +1, but then it gives like a plus 1d2, plus 1d3, plus 1d4.
Okay.
And
Yep.
So you hit this thing, and unfortunately, it just does not seem to pierce. Orban, what are you doing?
Okay, so he's going to attempt.
So you would have lost. Sorry to interrupt, Jeff, but you would have lost. Technically, you would have like reserved one in delay. When it gets to the second cycle, you would have dithered it away. So it would have been 2 left. Remember, you can set one if you're not taking an action on the first cycle. You can set it to use it in defense, and then if it does not,
right. Yeah.
if it doesn't come up in that cycle, you'll lose it for dithering.
Right. Yeah, he did. Because he was basically moving into position to.
Yeah. So you got.
Sorry. I just didn't change the little blue bar.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going to attempt to hit this thing with his quarterstaff.
Go ahead. So it's a standard combat style.
Oh, do you want? Yeah, I just click on this magic user button, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. He's not very good at it. No, he misses.
Do you want to luck that or?
No, I better save the luck here.
27%. Okay, I love how like as long as you set it up properly too. I love that it shows all the weapons, so like you don't need to be clicking on separate things. It's only one thing, and then it's great stuff. All right, so you swing orb, and that unfortunately is not going to help. I lose a second action. I have one more to lose. Cargill, what are you doing for second cycle?
Swing.
Nice.
Swing low.
Come on. Let's get a crit this time.
Hold on, where's my
combat style?
Okay. No, now my sheet's not coming up. Did I open it somewhere else?
You could.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, solid hit. Not a crit.
Okay.
So, what would you like?
Aiming at the thorax again.
Okay. Come on.
Oh,
jeez.
You can't reroll damage, right?
You cannot reroll damage. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure rerolls are only for skill checks.
Yep.
But let's just. Yeah. We're all learning. Let's. Let's confirm. Where the heck did I put the core book? There's that. Oh, I'm using the beetle stats out of it. Hold up. Let's see. Luck. Oh, good news, guys. I got rules for fires. I'm sure that's going to come up once this thing gets in action.
Yeah, no, that's not what that happened.
You don't want that? I can't imagine why.
No,
Okay.
No.
What? Wounds. What the heck? I don't know the rulebook well enough to know where I'm flipping to. I remember what it looked. Oh, here we are. Got it. 81. Page 81. Reroll any dice roll that affects them. It can be a skill roll, a damage roll, or anything else. So yes.
Yes, he's gonna.
Wow, we look shit up. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So you're gonna spend a luck point to re-roll. Go ahead and re-roll that. Just click on longsword once again. Look at that!
We go.
Big hit. All right, so that is 12 thus far. So this thing squeals once again. I'm gonna double check to see what happens with it. 2 major wounds. It might lose more actions. Okay, let's see here. So it makes an endurance test against a successful roll. Ooh. So because it's the thorax, I actually may have fucked up. I should have made a thing to or become unconscious. So let's do that this time. All right, your attack roll was a 31. Making the endurance check here. I did roll a 41. And its endurance is a 74%. So it shakes it up. But you're like, it is very close to going down now.
Yep.
Third cycle. No one's moving. Orban, what are you doing?
I'm going to... Oh, it should be down to 1 again. I'm going to try and hit this thing again.
You got it. Go ahead. You connected.
Yeah.
So you have one special effect. If you go to the one-handed bludgeoning...
that's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Maybe I actually have one that's relevant here.
Because there's like stun location is one of the options with bludgeoning. I mean, that's not necessarily helpful here. Choose location might be the best option if you want to try and hammer at that thorax again.
Yeah, probably.
Although I do like the press advantage, defender cannot attack in the next turn.
Is that a crit only, or is that...
Nope.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, which? Oh, press advantage. You press the defender, forcing them to remain defensive. Oh.
Now, turn...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I think that one makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm just trying to keep it at bay to help. Yeah, I like that.
Although, let me just be clear on that. So, turn refers to an entire cycle of action points?
Turn is your turn.
Okay.
Round is combat round.
Okay. So he's not going to be able to attack his next turn anyway.
Well, no, he loses one turn.
Okay.
Then on his next turn, when he does have a turn, he would not be able to attack with that.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
So then, if that's what you're going to do, then go ahead and roll damage. Oh, sorry. I guess first off, roll a hit location, and then damage.
Oh yeah. Okay. You just hit standard, and it rolls the
hit standard, and then click on your button on your token, or you can just hit the hit location on your character.
Yeah,
sheet.
this is easier to just hit this thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
12. That's thorax again. See, you managed to actually hit it anyway. Go ahead and roll damage with the quarterstaff. That actually does.
Oh!
So you hit this injured part. Let me make. You rolled a 27, so I only need to roll. I rolled a fucking 17. So you hit this thing, Cargill, and it kind of the whole thing shudders, and it's coming in again. And Orban, you hit it, and it seems to hit the vulnerable point because this thing shudders and then drops down unconscious.
Yeah.
If you wish to coup de grace Cargill, you're fine to do so.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. This thing is dead. So congratulations, guys. You've succeeded. Orban, your second fight, and Cargill, your first fight. Nice. The fire beetle is down.
Amazing.
Now, here's an interesting thing. With this thing dying and that thorax where the light is coming in, spilling out that luminescent goo inside there begins kind of spreading across the floor. Would you each give us a standard perception check, please? See if you notice something.
Or make sure I'm on standard. Yep.
Nice. So you kind of, as you're doing a quick survey of the room here, what you both happen to notice, while it's getting washed out a little bit by the light from this thing, on the wall here, it's almost like there is something on the wall that is warm, so your infravision is picking it up. But it's writing.
Oh.
And it is in... now, we didn't pick languages for your characters, but... so let's just do this. What is your intelligence times 3? Whatever that is, roll a percentile. If you roll that or less, we'll say that you speak Dwarvish. Or read Dwarvish or Dwarven.
Okay. 48. Okay. If I multiply by 3, nope.
Okay, and then Orban?
I aggressively made sure that I never learned Dwarvish.
So sorry, intelligence?
Times 3 would be, for you, I think 54.
Yeah.
So roll percentile 54 or less. Okay. So you speak it. Here's what is written in Dwarvish. So you can see the clear markings. I want to say Khazalid because that's the Warhammer Fantasy one, but whatever the Dwarvish script is called, you can see, you recognize it, Cargill. If you can't read it,
you mean Orban? Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you can't read it, but Orban can. And what is written on the wall, Orban, is R. So the letter R dot. As agreed, the jewels await you 2 levels down in the chamber past the acolyte's cell. How you deal with the wasps is your own concern. M.
Ooh.
Wasps. Why did it have to be wasps?
That does not sound good.
You can also give us an easy alchemy lore check if you like.
Easy alchemy.
So you look at this stuff, and it's fading as the goo spreads out and the light gets larger. It's kind of making it difficult to see this. But you comment out loud, flame chalk. It's something dwarves use. It's an invention of dwarf alchemists that you can use to write. And if you have infravision, you can see it on the wall, but those who don't have it cannot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing I'd like to do, Kevin, is do I think that this beetle has any valuable, like, body parts or, glow sack or whatever?
I mean, you guys have pretty effectively fucked up that thorax, but you probably could try and scrape some of that shit up, and it might be able to be used for something.
Yeah.
Do you have...
I think that makes sense because, we've got to pay for this adventure somehow.
So you got to... I'm looking through your materials here. I mean, you got a small sack. But it's probably going to seep through that, right? You do have...
you know what I have? I have 2 candles. So if I were to sort of rub the candles or even burn them and melt some of the wax and rub it into the inside of the sack, I could sort of
I love it.
seal it.
Yeah. With your alchemy lore, so that's easy. So you're able to create a... Yeah, so you've collected some of this fire beetle goo.
I love it. Fire beetle goo.
And I'm going to remove that thing from there. So you've collected this thing. From the sounds of things, you guys made a lot of noise when you were facing this thing. Neither of you were injured either. And what would you guys like to do now? I guess while Orobin is, melting the candle into the wax into the sack and getting ready to do that, Cargill, what would you like to do?
He's kind of like pacing out the room, so just to see what he could find. So just let me know so he sees that this looks like it starts to open up. He doesn't go there yet.
Yeah, and that's where the beetle came from too.
Yeah, he checks out the store just to see if it looks like it's easy to open.
It is covered in mildew, and it's a little stuck. It will take a brawn check to bust that open.
He listens at it.
Okay. Give us a standard perception check.
Standard perception.
Actually, make it easy, I think, because you're taking your time, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Perception. There we go.
Nothing inside. Nothing. Okay. Making sounds at least.
Yep. Okay. And that's pretty much what he's doing.
Okay. Did you want to poke your head into that room up at the top?
Over here?
Yeah. Where you moved your token, it looks like you just moved to the edge, but you didn't actually look around.
Yeah, he kind of sees that it starts to open up. He's going to wait until Orban's almost done, or Orban is done, and then he'll poke up his head up one.
Okay. So then it takes, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes for Orban to finish up his... Okay, if you're going there, Cargill...
when Orban is done.
Okay.
He's going to do that, yeah.
So it's about 20 minutes, and then Cargill, once you're ready to get moving again, Orban... Cargill takes a step up there. What you can see is it appears that you may have pissed off this beetle because you interrupted its meal. There is a 1/3 consumed body of a kid, a baby goat.
Oh, okay. Baby goat. Okay.
Yeah, not child, a kid.
Yeah.
That was my first reaction too. Yeah, I was like, "Oops."
Yeah, no. There was very few children lurking around Stonehell. So,
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
so yeah, there's. I mean, you've seen goats, around this area as you guys were the hours you were traveling out here. So it's not a surprise that this thing was able to snack on that.
Yep.
Where would you guys like to go next?
Cargo would like to try the door.
Okay, this will be an easy brawn check to bust that open.
Sure. Brawn. Yep, and I am on easy, sure, brawn.
So you bust it open. Let me open the door here.
Yep.
That's what you see inside.
Okay.
So what is in there is the heavy scent of rot and mildew, rotten crates, barrels, cloth and leather, slime on the floor. This appears to have been a storage place at some point. It may very well be dating back to the time when this was an active prison.
Okay.
Because this, at a glance, there doesn't appear to be anything of value in here, but you would have to root through it to really confirm that.
Yeah, he glances at Orban. He's perfectly happy to root through it. He's, it's a little smelly, but he's dealt with decaying animals and things before.
I'll keep watch.
Yep.
Okay.
He goes to the. I assume that this is a crate of some sort.
Yeah, and there's probably several through the room as well.
Okay. Yeah, he opens the crates.
Orban, would you give us a D6 roll, please?
Mm-hmm.
E6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you spend about 20 minutes. You know what? Give us one more. I forgot you spent that time filling that sack of wax. Okay. There's nothing of value in here.
Okay.
Cargo.
Okay.
This is
Yep.
spending time looking. Nothing that's worth spending time.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
what would you guys like to do next?
So when he's here, does it like up in this area? Just like kind of looks. Sorry, in the far. Looks like there's something different about that. Okay, yeah, it looks like it opens up into another hallway. He looks at Orban and he points like, which way should we go? Yeah, preference?
Let's look to the left.
All right. Clear that out as much as possible. So he starts moving up here.
That was the room with the remains of the baby goat.
Oh, okay. He just looked in, so he's now checking all the corners.
Okay.
So there's nothing else in there.
No, this is it seems to have been a nest where the beetle may have recently made its way in there.
Okay, so he starts walking this way now.
Okay.
Looks like a hole of some sort.
No, it's a campfire.
Oh, okay. Does he see his first reaction is, does there any smoke? Does there smell of smoke at all in this room?
No, this is there. It is a cold fire pit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a broken brandy bottle nearby, and there's some litter that you could sort through if you like.
Okay. Yeah, he looks through the litter.
Okay. Then would Orban give us another D6 roll, and then Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing really of value in here. Okay. Would you give us one much more consequential D6 roll, please?
Back to 4.
So
Okay.
we had a campfire and a little storage room.
All right. So you, what you find, there's almost nothing of value in here, Cargill, except for one thing that you come across.
Mm-hmm.
It seems as if whoever was here either left behind or forgot a piece of that flame chalk.
Okay.
Because you have a single piece of flame chalk here.
Nice. He he shows it to Orban, asks Orban if he has any specific use for it at the moment. If not, he'll pocket it. In other words, is it useful for a magician?
I mean, it's
right.
it's nothing particular. I don't think special for me. So
okay.
It really only can be seen by folk with infravision. So for the two of you, for dwarves, I think gnomes might have infravision as well. Other than that, like it's a good way of communicating stuff silently between, even in darkness. You should be able to see.
Sure.
Okay, so if you add a piece of flame chalk to your character sheet, Cargill.
I did.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out. So, like this. So, like, does the tile look like it was? I guess what I'm asking is, does it look like the workmanship of this place is kind of rough, like it was just carved out for, like, kind of a rudimentary purpose, or did it look like it might have been built by somebody, who kind of knew what they were doing?
Like this was it is not fancy, so it's not a tomb in all likelihood. But this place was clearly built by the same folk who built the structures outside or the walls or whatnot. This looks like, for all appearances, there is the mark of the Sterling Potentate on some of those aged crates. So this likely would have been a storage facility. This encampment, however, this is much more recent. This is a sign of adventurers who have come through here. Okay,
got it. So this was probably just an old storage location. Okay.
Yeah, and it's good to know that somebody made, you would not need to make a fire pit if you were looking for a place to overnight.
Okay, yep.
This could be a place for that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we've explored the depths of this place, unless there was something hidden that we didn't see. So I suggest we go back out and may either try to find another way in, or go towards those stairs that we were told about, or go check out where the rabbit came from. He kind of looks at it. Yeah.
Like, you don't. Well, there's I don't know if I'm that excited about those stairs, to be fair.
Yeah, you want to go check out the potential familiar, and if it's just a fairly smart rabbit, well, they probably taste just as good as fairly dumb rabbits.
I mean, if we come back out and it's there again, that could be a sign.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take a peek.
Okay.
Cargill's like, so there was no sign. Yeah, this looked like it never had a door. Okay, so he was just trying to see if there's any way he could keep.
So here's something interesting, Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I've got myself zoomed out to 50% right now. Yep. If you look to the west, you'll see that there is a pool that forms from a cascading waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
There is a small cluster of 5 deer that are there.
Huh. Okay. I cannot see the waterfall. Oh, there it is. Got it.
They're not doing anything untoward, and now that you spotted them, you can choose to make noise. You know that if you make noise, they're likely just to skitter.
Yeah. He looks at Orban and he thinks, should I take one down? Food? I mean, do we have food? Are we?
You guys have a week's trail rations, I think, each.
Yeah. So should we take one down for a fresh meal, or
so just for time-wise? If you do take one down, remember, you got to strip it, you got to prep the carcass, you got to stuff you can do definitely. Just that'll chew up a lot of time. The reason you carry trail rations is likely to save yourself that time.
Yeah. So just leave them be. But that water must be good, so that must be something to remember.
Even in this summertime weather, there's still steam coming off of it.
Huh. Okay. All right.
So both of you are stealthy enough that you can choose not to be noticed by them, or you can make noise and get them to skitter. What you would know as a ranger, there's no, when you see wildlife scattering, that tends to draw your attention. So
yeah. He says, let's be a little quiet here.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Where are you
So
going
he's
next, guys?
he kind of wants. Sorry, where was the? I'm trying to remember where the.
To the south through that ruined building. You spied it through that, like...
Okay, yeah, now I see it. So if he comes over this way, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So want to check out down here then, and see if we can find. If we don't see our wizard familiar, we can try to find another way into the keep.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I have to do any kind of stealth check not to bother
So
the?
if you're moving through there, all of that is because it's so choked with weeds. It'll be a difficult terrain, effectively. Just so you're
Okay.
aware, you're walking through, overgrown stuff. It's the height of summer too, so that shit's going to be fairly tall. You definitely can do it, and you're a ranger, so
Yep.
no worries about it. But
Yep. So he plans on doing that. So he comes into here, and he's.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Orban. So first of all, any doors that we saw on this wall?
this place is so destroyed. Like the ceilings have collapsed in parts. The walls have fallen through. These were proper structures before, but think of like any. I'm sure it's the same in the States. If you've driven in any rural area, you'll see those like dilapidated barns or things that are off the side of the road. It's like that.
Sure. Okay. Sure.
So I'm not even gonna have you guys make stealth checks because you guys are like effectively unseeable as long as you're moving through this stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna head towards that stump that he saw and just see what he can see from there. So I'm still just moving a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
I think you said the stump was like here.
Yeah, it's just to the right of that tree there.
Okay.
So here.
So he's looking right. He's looking left.
Okay. Why don't you give us a hard perception check for each of you, please?
Sure. Hard. Everything's been so easy.
Yeah. And then, Jeffrey, would you give us another D6 roll, please?
A hard perception.
Critical success from Cargill.
Nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you're making your way across Cargill, and what you can pick up, because they're your species enemy, I think you probably speak their language as well. So you're making your way over, and you're staring at that stump and trying to figure out, like, where the fuck did that weird rabbit go? And that's when you can hear, kind of down from the roof, you can hear someone in Goblin speaking to someone else. Hey, Grodash! 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 Come on! There's a bit of back and forth. If you choose to do anything or say anything, you can. If you just listen further, you're going to hear this goblin discover his buddy's corpse.
Ooh, okay. So,
Orban does not speak Goblin, and Orban did not... Oh, you did hear it too? Shit, you guys are both really good.
Yeah. So he tells Orban, he goes over to him. I think we killed this guy's buddy.
Oh, look back too, guys. It looks like you can see entrances to the gatehouse.
Yeah,
both
like
legs.
over here. Over here.
Yep.
You want to go in there, try to clear that out, or go find bigger fry.
You have that potion of magicka to Orban as a reminder. I'm not sure if you want to consume that yet.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I probably would at this point.
Okay.
Now that I hear the goblins.
So 1d4 plus 1 if you wish to consume it.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Replenishes my magic. Oh, nice.
Okay.
Roll.
Wow, max roll.
Okay.
It restores magic points for him.
Okay, nice.
Okay. So then,
So get away or take out the rest of these guys.
I feel as though we should be dealing with goblins.
Yeah. So do we know that like there's a goblin? Like, have goblins been like bothering the town at all, or?
I mean, what you even know there's a hobgoblin army forming. If there's goblins here, the goblins would not hesitate to murder you, steal your stuff, and might eat you.
Yeah, no, I know that. I was just wondering if they're causing an issue. So in other words, if we Should we just like try to keep moving, and if one of their patrols runs across them, we kill them, and otherwise we can try to take them on the way back or some other time? I'm happy to kill goblins, believe me.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we can move past them. I mean,
Okay.
If there's plenty of them, he may alert his other. He may alert more of them, and we may be dealing with a bigger problem if we don't just keep it squashed while it's.
That's true. You know what? You've convinced me. Let's go in. Kill this guy.
I just thought of something else. There is, because this game actually has express rules for recovering arrows, which I love. Because you fired one more arrow at that thing before giving up. So let me... I can't remember if it's in the core book or if it's in Classic Fantasy. Let's see here.
Ooh, I have to remember my ability of bow specialization. Okay.
Oh, what does that do?
You have deadly aim, but does that just mean I get to use it in...
Why'd you click on it? Remember the little lightning bolt?
Oh, yeah.
At close range, aiming takes one turn instead. Oh, awesome. So it makes the attack one grade easier. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, okay.
Fucking cool.
Okay.
And when you aim, you add... your critical chance is 1/5 of your modified skill instead of 1/10.
Nice.
So, that's huge. All right. Give us a perception. Standard perception check there, Cargo.
Sure. Am I on standard? Nope, I'm on hard.
Critical. Yep, you're able to recover your arrow from that beetle.
Great.
So it is kind of ricocheted off, didn't break.
Yep, nice.
All right, so then what were you guys planning on doing here?
I think we're planning to go murder another goblin.
Go ahead and position yourselves outside the door, and then we'll roll some initiative.
Yeah.
Start making our way through.
So, it's right about here, right?
Yep, that works.
Yeah, okay. We'll go there. Okay, yep.
Okay. So then, would you kindly each go ahead and click on initiative? And I'm going to... We know there are gobos in there, so let me just get them set up in there.
Yep.
All right.
Nice, Orban.
Okay, and I got big goblin heads I can use. Love it. Okay, and let me just make sure... The layout for the dungeon here is just, it's so easy to use on the fly. All the descriptions are for like the entire, half of the canyon basically is on one page.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. Really.
I'm going to see if maybe not. I have no idea if I'll come back to play this, but at any point, but it's like, I'll have to see if I have the module.
Yeah, it's really, I've enjoyed it. Like it's a cool setup.
Yep.
And...
I mean, I love the rabbit. I gotta say, that's like those kind of like little cool details.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff, like the little bit on the, the writing on the wall in there. And last night's session, Jeff's character found a fucking shrine to something. Nice. Yeah, it was really great environmental storytelling in the game. Okay, and. All right. I got our room stocked, guys.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so let me just, what am I doing here? There we go. Boom. Boom. And boom. Okay. All right. Grab a initiative tracker. Almost 6 months of no erasing initiative token, so we'll try and carry on with that. Right, and their initiative is... Where are you? Gabalande, here we go. 11, that's pretty fucking good. Okay, not as good as you guys, though. All right, Orban. Start of round 1.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your action, and what are you moving?
So he's just gonna walk, and he's gonna use his action to, have his
Delay?
His quarterstaff. No, he's got his quarterstaff at the ready in case we run into a goblin as he's moving forward.
So delay is the action that kind of banks something for a defense.
Oh, okay, yeah. So then, he's delaying.
Okay, you got it. Go ahead and move yourself 10. All right. Cargill, first action, and then...
Yeah. So when he decided to do this, he's gonna have his bow ready with an arrow nocked.
Okay, you got it.
Okay. And he's just going to move in.
Okay. So you could move, if you're walking, that'll still allow you to shoot. If you're readying an action, you could ready to shoot something you see if you'd like.
Yeah, he's going to ready. So if I ready, can I also move or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always move. So the pace you move tells you what actions you can take. Okay. Walking is equal to you split your movement rate over the first 2 cycles.
Yep.
If you run, it's 3 times your movement. That is then split across the first 2 cycles.
Okay.
All right. So Cargill, you start making your way in, and you need not make a roll for that, but there's a lot of noise coming from the end of that hallway and to the north. Okay.
Now, movement says 6. What does that specifically mean?
In Mythras, standard is in meters. In Mythras Classic Fantasy, it's in feet. 20 feet is your movement.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Cargill, you start stepping in, your arrow at the ready. Then it is Gobbo's turn. They are doing Gobbo stuff.
Yep.
Top of the round. Oregon, you dither that first action point away. And then what do you do for your second round? Second cycle.
He's gonna just do the same thing. He's just gonna be ready defensively and follow Cargill.
Okay. This place is full of detritus. Like, it is clear this place has been used by many, many people over the past 2 centuries.
Yep.
There is the stink of burning meat that fills the hallway here as well. And you can now hear as well, at the end of the hallway to the left, there's some noise coming. There is also, I'm not sure you can see it because of the way I set up the dynamic lighting. I try to set the dynamic lighting up so that it's easy to see where the doors are when you're looking directly on, but the consequence of that is that I've actually casted a bit of a shadow. If there's any like irregularities like this right here, see how that like little shadow, that's probably because I fucked up when I was setting up the door. So there is a door here as well.
Okay.
And then there is an opening on the left-hand side here. Okay.
Great.
All right. Then Cargill. Second cycle.
He's going to move up 10, have his bow readied.
Okay. All right. And then Gobbos are doing their Gobbo stuff. Third cycle. You can't move any longer. You dither that one action away, Orban.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your last one?
Just continuing to move, I guess.
You actually can't pass the first 2 cycles.
Oh, you can only move twice. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess you'll just...
like, you could listen carefully, perhaps?
Yeah, see if you can hear which direction they are.
Yeah, give us a standard perception check.
Maybe he knows which direction to go.
It's definitely goblin voices, and it's definitely coming from the north. Probably behind there's not an exposed door that it's carrying through. There's a closed door at some point.
Okay, yeah.
And Cargill, you still have 1 more AP, but you're out of move. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's just going to hold, but he's also going to listen carefully, just see if anything pops up. So that's perception.
Yep.
And
this is species enemy, so you can increase the difficulty to easy.
Sure. Perception. I hate Gobbos.
Nice. All right. So you can hear what they're chattering away about is some kind of food. They seem to be eating to the north. There's at least 3 of them, anywhere up to 10 in that north. Because there's, goblins all fucking talk over one another.
Yep. it doesn't seem like they're moving. It just seems like they're just kind of sitting in the same place.
No, the way they're talking to one another is they're talking about something they're eating.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
He whispers to Orban. He says, I think they're not going to get around the corner. We can move faster into the corner.
Okay. Guys, we're on to round 2. Everyone gets all their action points back. And then Orban, you're up first. What are you doing and how fast are you moving?
He's got his same thing as last time, so he's just cautiously moving with his weapon ready.
Okay. It is dark in here too. You guys can see quite easily. All right, and Cargo, you actually rolled well enough so you can hear to the south. It appears that there are goblin voices too, but it's only like one at a time, which suggests a much smaller numbers.
Yeah.
What are you doing, and how would you like to move?
Now you said there's doors.
Yep.
Is the door closed or open?
Doors closed. Yeah, and it's about 20 feet ahead of you.
Okay.
And about 15 feet ahead of you is where it opens up.
Yeah. He points to the to that door. He whispers, "There's a couple there. Should we take them first? The others might not even if we take them fast."
Then let's be ready.
Okay. So he goes here. He reaches out to the door. He's got his
door's still 20 feet ahead of you, or 10 feet ahead of you.
Oh wait. Okay.
Yeah.
You mean the door's here?
Okay. 10 feet. Remember, every square is 5.
Okay. So it's there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. So you start moving down towards there. Then it is Gobbo turn. Everyone's still very excited about whatever they're eating. Second cycle. Orban, you did that first point.
Yeah.
Then what are you doing?
Following Cargill.
Okay.
He's going back and forth on whether or not he wants to. Well, he's going to come here. He's going to look in. So he's looking. So he comes here. He's looking left, or basically.
Okay. And just as a reminder, movement comes after action.
Okay.
So you can do that, but it just means that you're not going to be able to take an action this cycle. Yep. You will be able to on the third cycle, though, because you have three.
He does that. Yep. So he's looking north.
Okay, so can you see where that door is?
Yes.
So there's a door up there. There also appears to be a ladder.
Can he get any sense of where the voice is talking about eating stuff? Does it seem like above him, or?
The eating stuff is to the north, yeah. Above you, there's also a door at the end of the hallway there, it looks like.
You mean here?
There's a door here.
Oh,
there's a door here.
Yep.
And there's a door right here.
Okay. So he goes here. Since he doesn't see any goblins at the exact moment, he's going to go here, and he's getting ready to open that door right to the south.
Okay. Think of where your hands are, though.
So
you may want Orban to do that, is what I'm saying, because you've got...
Oh, true.
Right?
So he points at the door, and he'll go up here.
You actually can. Oh, yeah, you would have gone there instead of stepping in front of the door, is what you mean? Okay.
Yes.
If you want to have an angle on it, you can move diagonal for free. Diagonals count just as one square.
Okay, so he would go here then. Okay.
All right.
So he points at the door. It's like, to open it.
Okay. Gobbos do Gobbo stuff. Third cycle, I think we can skip because you guys can't move this turn.
Yeah.
All right. Round 3, guys.
Yeah.
Orban?
So first I have to move to get to the door.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, this is the door right there?
No, this one right here.
Oh, there. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So
that's the one where he only hears them talking back and forth.
Got it. Yeah. So I'll move right like that. Then.
And I think I'll let you ready in action if all you're trying to do is to toss that door open.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So then if you do, allow me to show you what is within. So it opens up. I have... Come on. Oh, it drives me nuts that, sometimes you're able to grab individual doors. Sometimes it just will not let you do it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So that is... You cast the door open. Oh, you know what? Shit. Hold on.
You didn't put your goblins in there?
No, I did put goblins in there, but these doors, because they're swollen, you need to make a brawn. You need to make an easy brawn check.
Oh, interesting.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So set it to easy.
Be an easy brawn check.
Brawn. Oh, I am not good at brawn.
Oops, so this will probably...
Oh,
Oh!
That is a fumble! Yeah, do you want to lock that, or do you want to... the fumble probably means you're going to injure yourself.
Oh, yeah, I better luck that.
Okay.
I don't think he's like that clumsy.
How did you die in Stonehell? Well, I tried to open the door.
I busted my shoulder trying to get a door open, and then all the goblins came and killed me.
Oh,
Look
there
at
we
that!
go.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Let's do that once again then. So you, unlike your friendly Mythric master, remembered clearly that these doors are stuck. So you hit the door and then it throws open. Cargill. First cycle for you. You can take an action and then you can move.
Okay. I'm assuming the voices are suddenly louder?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's two that are kind of like...
And he doesn't see them yet, so he'll have to move. He'll have to move.
So remember, your action comes before your move.
I know, but he doesn't have anything he could really do, so...
Well, let me check this. Hold on. I'm going to see if you can ready an action and then move.
Okay, sure.
Because if a readied action... if what you're doing is saying, I'm going to fire when I see something, and then you run in, you may be able to trigger it then. Okay, ready? No, it's not ready. I'm looking for it. Ready means actually getting something. Delay.
Okay.
You can serve an action to then later interrupt or parry. And then interrupt is delaying characters. This reactive action halts an opponent's turn at any point in order to take the delayed action.
Well, I think it works fine if he moves up, because then if they start to move after him, he can take a shot. So
yeah,
I think that's fine. Because that sounds like more the spirit of the role.
Yeah. So the interrupt, you're like, if you're here's what you can do is you can choose. It's technically on their turn.
Yep.
So if you're delaying till you see something, you could then walk in and then immediately take your interrupt action at the start of their turn.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. So okay, goes in. Oh, there they are.
Okay. So then they're sitting down and they're kind of
and the cargo comes in. So I'm interrupting, I guess. Well, I guess I take their action first.
No, interrupt actually interrupts theirs.
Okay. So then he takes a shot. He's like, is that another action point?
No, because you're using. Remember, the way you lose the action point to dithering is if your delayed action doesn't trigger.
Got it.
This one does trigger because you stomped in and we're like, wow. Now this is close range.
Yep.
So,
so I can use my
species enemy increases the. Oh no, it's not species enemy. It's if you aim, but you would have to spend an action aiming.
Yep. Or I could use bow specialization, and does that...
Well, no, bow specialization is the one where if you spend one turn, so one of your actions aiming, then it makes the attack, then you get all those other benefits. Like, it makes it one grade easier, but you ready to action to fire at something if you walk in.
He's just going to fire. He's just going to fire normal.
Okay. So then, this is close range, so you're going to be able to use target location. So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. Boom, and it's standard?
Combat style, it's standard, yeah. But you get a free reroll because you're species enemy.
That's right, okay. Combat style.
So that's a hit. You set that at easy, though. Make sure you're setting it standard.
Oh, okay.
It's still a hit. It's just, okay. Yeah. So that's a hit. I'm not going to let them defend because they were not aware of this. So go ahead and roll. Now so that means you've got one special effect. If you want a hit location, you also can reload. That can count towards one of the special effects is to make a rapid reload.
He's gonna do rapid reload.
Okay, so there'll be one action left for you to reload. Then go ahead and roll hit location.
Sure.
So on your character sheet, the D6. This one will track directly.
This is standard. Yep. Okay.
So you're gonna hit it in the left leg. Go ahead and roll damage from your longbow. And remember to upgrade the damage, though.
Oh, sorry.
You know what? I think you've got to upgrade it right now because of his enlarge effect. So the numbers are going to be right. We just need to remember to correct that afterwards.
Okay, sure.
8 points of damage to the leg, though.
My leg.
Yeah, so that is a serious wound.
Yeah.
3 rounds, he is not going to be able to take action. So you just wiped his actions out for the round. Goblin's turn. So he has nothing. This goblin, I'm going to make a willpower check. His willpower is he failed. So he's going to try and run. So his first action is to stand from prone. Then Orban, you heard the screech from in there. You walked this round. So the second cycle, you can choose to move 10.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Oh, can I move through Cargill's square into the room or no?
Yeah, we'll let you move diagonally into the room if you like. Normally you can't do that, but
yeah, okay. Just because I
let's live a little. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm assuming you were delaying an action to defend.
Yeah, to defend with my.
You got it, Cargill. It is one more action to reload.
Okay, he does that.
Okay, and then it is their turn. The one on that you shot here, I'll put a red dot on him for the one you shot because you got a laser sighter on your
Yep.
thing. He's gonna draw his short spear. Yeah, he grabs it up from the ground. Then it is Orban. I think you got one more. You did that one away, but you got one more action.
Yeah, which I can't really use to attack. So I can use it to defend, though. Yeah, if they approach me,
you could befuddle.
I could do that. Yeah, let's do that. We're getting near the end of the thing.
Okay. So remember, cantrips are easy to use.
Yeah. So here we go. Arcane cast. Oh yeah.
So close to a crit. Oh my goodness. Okay. So he does. Oh, you only roll a 10 though. So there's. I do get to make a willpower check against it, and you only rolled a 10 on that.
Yeah, he might be able to
shake it off. Not when I roll a 92.
Oh my goodness.
So, Blue is befuddled. So this one, he gets up, grabs that spear, and then immediately just gets a look of like. And he's looking at the end of his spear for half an hour. As long as you guys don't take aggressive action against him, he's been hit with the whammy.
Cargill says, should we interrogate these guys? I think we should interrogate these guys.
What's your last action?
His last action?
You've reloaded your bow.
Yeah, he's gonna shoot the one that's on the ground. Yeah,
go ahead.
He's like, actually, sorry. So this guy's befuddled, which means that he's not going to do anything for the next 30 minutes or so.
Yep.
Unless we shoot him.
Unless you shoot him, yeah.
Okay.
Well, unless you attack or take any aggressive action. Also, Orban, that's one magic point for that.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, we might be able to. Is there something in this game to like knock people out?
Yeah, I mean, it's challenging to do that. You can also, like, if you're choosing to fight someone to the point of surrender, this guy has got a serious wound, so one more injury like that, and he's gone.
How about intimidation? Do we have anything like that? Do we have intimidate?
Yep, it is. Where is it here? Influence, I believe.
Influence. Okay. So he still has his bow out, and he just walks straight over to this guy. And he points.
You're in your third cycle. You can't do that.
Okay. He's gonna wait then. His plan is but he wants to be close to this guy.
Okay. So this guy loses his final action for the round. Guys, we're on to round 2.
Okay.
Orban, you're up first. What are you doing? This goblin is screaming bloody murder at you.
Yeah, so I'm going to have my weapon ready defensively.
Okay.
And then I'm going to step forward. Oh, yeah, I have to change my actions back to... So now I'll have 2.
Yep.
Okay. And Cargill?
He's going to step up, and he's going to say, well, as he's moving up, because I guess I have to do my action first, is he's going to yell at the goblin, either talk or die. And as he gets here, he basically has the head of the arrow, like about 1 inch from the goblin's nose.
Okay. So give us, set it at easy because you're species enemy, and give us a persuade check, please.
Sure. Or influence,
not persuade.
Yeah.
Also, hold on. Do you have, because of your species enemy, you could, in theory, use your Ranger's Oath passion to try and influence that. So hit the plus sign next to Ranger's Oath, and then on easy, give us an influence check.
So set now reads 12.
Yeah.
Is that what it should read? Okay. And give easy influence.
Nice. Okay, so this thing it is absolutely in your thrall right now.
Okay.
Totally surrenders.
All right. Now, what should we do about the other one? Can you coup de grace something that's befuddled? No, probably not.
I mean, you could try. What Orban can tell you is that, like, for half an hour, it is going to be doing nothing. It's going to scuttle. Okay. You could talk around it. It won't remember anything that's happened around it.
Okay. Yeah, like, it is very confused.
Okay. So Cargill just starts talking to the goblin that's there. How many of you are here?
2.
No, in the gatehouse.
They're eating.
How many? 5. Okay, 5. Says, who's your leader? Who's your leader? Why are you here?
2 questions at once. Oh.
He pokes the nose with his arrow just a little bit.
There. Let's see. More than this.
More than this. Okay, that's not what I asked, but thank you.
2 questions.
Okay. Who leads you?
Grugbug.
Grugbug. He looks at Jeff, at Orban, see if the name means anything. No. Goblin? He's a goblin?
Goblin Grugbug. He looks at you. You not know Grugbug?
I didn't even know you guys had names. He's like, he pokes up again. Because he looks like he's getting a little sassy.
He was going to get sassy, and then you reminded him. He grabs his leg once again that still has that fucking arrow wound in it.
Yeah. He's like, okay, does anybody lead Grugbug?
No.
No? Okay. What was my other question that I had?
Are you for revenge?
Me for revenge? No. But you guys, yeah.
We killed the others.
What others?
Like you. Ugly.
Yeah, fair enough. He's not the prettiest looking half orc.
At least you're not hideous like him. And he points at you, Orban.
Yeah.
Pink flesh.
Poke. He's like, you don't talk about my friend that way. Yeah. He looks at Orban. Anything? Wait. Valuable. What do you? Anything valuable here?
If you're looking around in this room,
No. He's asking him. He's asking.
Yeah, like if there's something valuable here that they're
hiding.
he says the. Just double checking here. He gestures behind him, with his back against the gate, as if gesturing to the other, leg of the gatehouse.
There, we killed them, but they haunt now. We cannot get shinies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he looks over at Orban. All right, my character is good. Are goblins evil in general? Like, are they like? Yeah. Are goblins just plain evil in this world, or are they?
They are not inherently evil the way that, like, a demon or the undead are. So they're not something that is unredeemably evil. They are a product of a remarkably cruel culture that has absolutely no value for life, of half-orcs or elves. They do not view you as people.
Okay.
So...
But...
So, like, that's their, moral relativism.
But if they're, and Cargill would kind of know this, though. He would know all that.
Exactly. It's tough because,
Says,
I mean...
Cargill says this. He says, I will know if you tell the others where we go. I will come back. I will kill you. You. And then he turns and he starts to head out.
Okay.
And he tells Orban, he says, we're going to go. He says, you want to go check out this other place where he says the treasure is and the dead?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, let's check it out.
All right. So he's going to trust that he's made a big enough impression on this guy and that this guy's not going to remember anything, that they can just leave.
Orban.
Mm-hmm.
So that door was pretty stuck anyway. You could make use of your glue cantrip to make it even more difficult.
Oh, I could, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. So it'll be easy arcane casting check.
Yeah.
And be one. Look at that. No problem.
Nice.
What does it
One
look
more
like as you glue this door shut?
I think he he puts his hand like it's a bowl and he's stirring it with his finger and adding like imaginary ingredients, and then he sort of takes a fake brush and he paints around the rim of it or whatever. And there's sort of this golden magical thing that then seeps in wherever he's painted it.
Okay. And poof. So there is some kind of, if you test it, Orban, you're pretty confident there's none of those goblins are getting out of that room.
Nice.
So where are you guys? He was talking about the other foot of the thing. What are you guys thinking of going?
Check it out. Okay. I don't think we have the time in this because I do have to leave pretty close to 1, but we might be able to open a door. And
yeah. So why don't you go ahead and move? Oh, as you're moving out to Cargill, since you're the lead there, give us a D6 roll.
Sure.
Okay. Each of these is for random encounters, by the way. I'm sure you guys picked that up already, but like this, there's a neat thing of like as you're spending time doing shit in the dungeon, stuff might be happening or moving around outside. So the deer, incidentally, that was the random encounter you rolled.
Okay, nice.
So, Cargill, seems like you're in the lead. You guys can move yourself at like 25 feet per move if you like.
Now, so they were back here, and I'm zooming out so I can get a better.
Sure.
We were in here.
Yep.
He was pointing to this.
To the south. Yeah, the southern like foot of the gatehouse.
Okay, sure. So you start heading that way then.
If you guys are being sneaky, go ahead and give us a stealth check.
Oh, of course.
Let's say easy, so it'll be very easy for you, Orban.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Just move out.
Hold on. And I have to change mine to standard and drop my augmentation.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Your size.
And
back down to
I
16.
am my current size.
Okay.
Yeah, you're your normal size.
Yeah.
It only lasted for 5 rounds.
Nice. Ah. So that actually should have been an easy roll.
Okay.
Which
I think I would have failed anyway.
Yeah, because half of that is 20. So yeah, that would have been a fail.
I'll use luck.
You got it. Yeah, because luck refreshers at the start of each session anyway.
Yep. And cargo. This is easy, you said.
Yep.
Okay. And stealth.
Oh,
That's not good.
Okay. So, unfortunately, what
Can I do it again?
the concept? No.
Okay.
I actually don't know. I don't know one way or the other. But before we do that, because you got to leave right. If you're got to leave right in the nose, let's do this then.
Okay, sure.
We're going to leave you with your fail.
Okay.
But we have played for 3 hours. You guys have 3 experience rolls.
Okay,
Right.
nice.
So here's how this works: is if you go into your character sheet, you will see that there is a cog next to each of the skills. If you wish to train them, you're going to pick 3 of them, and then click the cog, and it'll show you there is an advance button, or improve button, I think it's called. That'll roll the roll for you, and the result will tell you how much the skill changes. So you can use anything. You're not restricted by what you've used. You can choose to put those advancements wherever you like.
Voting? No.
Yeah.
Customs. I want to become a dancer. No. Let's go with... Sure.
So like combat style is one you could do. You could do stealth. You could do your resistant. Whatever you want.
Okay, sure. So when I clicked on the cog next to stealth, I got, improve. Okay.
There you go. Because what you're rolling is, look at that, a percentile dice plus your thing. So your stealth will go up by 5. Your stealth is now a 62.
Okay.
So if you put that in the percentile category,
Yep.
2 more you get to improve. And Orban, you have 3 you can improve.
And we're doing... Oh, yeah, okay, I got it.
And you can do the same ones you did last time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I'm doing some different ones.
Yeah, we'll try combat
Remember,
style.
if you get your arcane casting up by 1 point, you then have an intensity of 7 as your maximum.
Oh, right.
Can I do a second one?
Not for the same skill. So Ranger has gone up by 1, so it's a 68 now.
Okay. No, because it said failure.
No, but if fail just means it goes up by 1.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, it just goes up by a lesser amount. It always is going to go up a little bit.
Okay, got it.
Those are never wasted. And where's
Are you rolling
that?
the last one? You got it. No, okay, I got mine all done.
Endurance seems pretty useful in this game.
Especially for resisting.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so that's your endurance will now be 64.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
I like the
Orban,
system.
what are you thinking?
I'm going with Braun. He
Okay.
used that door, and it was a very important
Yeah.
maneuver.
There you
Very
go.
good.
So your brawn is a 26 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I'm going to do Magic User because he was fighting with his weapon.
Yeah.
Improve.
Nice. So 30 going up.
That's much better. And then Arcane Casting, of course. Because, like you said, 61 is huge.
Nice. 63 for arcane casting. That's inching towards once you have. So the way that the like ranking up, the leveling up works in the game, Robert, is that your class will have like 8 skills, and you need to have 5 of those at 70% or better. Once you do that, you're rank 2, so you gain an extra luck point, and then you get you can purchase extra rank 2 abilities as well for your class. So you'll gain different abilities as you advance. But yeah, that guys brings us to the end of our second expedition into Stonehell and our second time with classic fantasy. So Jeff, this is your second time at bat for that. How did that feel second time around?
Pretty good, a lot smoother. I felt very comfortable with the rules now. I think they're pretty easy to get a hang of once you've done it a couple times.
Yeah. And Robert, is your first time at bat for...
I really like the mechanics. Like at first I was, especially the combat mechanics, it's not exactly your roll. It's not exactly roll hit damage. You got a couple of extra steps in there, but I think it's helpful. I like the augmentation rules a lot.
Yeah, the passions are pretty cool.
Yeah. And the choice of your extra effects is really cool too. It adds a little bit of crunch. Once you know them well enough, it's going to be fairly easy to say, okay, well, I'm just going to do this, as opposed to having to spend a few minutes looking through.
Exactly. So, yeah. And like certain ones you would know as well. Like it's where I think the deck is a really great advice. So they've got, you're free to use anyone you qualify for, but them saying like, here's 5 of them, use this or however many it is. That's, I think, really helpful and especially with how useful some of those, like pick location, is so handy. It's neat too, because we had in the last session, someone had a shield, and like in addition to being able to parry with the shield, depending on the size of it, it has a like ward location, so you get to pick a certain number of places on your body, and those target locations automatically benefit from the protection of the shield from the AR. Yep. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and I mean, this is roll 20, right? So roll 20 is going to make everything easier, especially with such a well laid out character sheet. I think face to face this would be a little tougher and definitely maybe a little grindier. Like trying to go through each step, get used to it. But yeah, roll 20. These are really good character sheets, and
the one thing in person, calculating the like hard the different difficulties of your skill, I could see that being. I mean, you could do that math beforehand. Yeah. But yeah, like that definitely would be a little more. But for the actions, it would be kind of neat to play with coins, right? Where you're spending your actions as you go, so you know what you got, and then have a second pool for your luck. I didn't see. We still have yet to see. I mean, there's only 2 sessions and only like 3 fights. No one spent luck to gain an extra action yet.
That's true.
No!
I keep forgetting about that. So, yeah.
The movement thing is a bit. It will take getting used to as well. Of like action, half move, action, second half of your move, and then whatever other actions you've got. I think if you're in melee where your actions are being chewed up to defend, that might make a change or make a difference. Yep. But what about how did the level of peril feel for you guys? Do you feel?
I mean, we didn't get hurt, so I have to admit that it didn't feel that high. But it's
part of that was also your planning, I guess.
Yeah.
I
mean, to me, kind of just knowing. And this isn't really OSR, but knowing that sort of style is, I was a little worried. I was like, just okay, don't get hit, because I always get worried when I get hit. But usually after the first hit, then it's like, okay, now I'm going to be a little more thing. But since I didn't get hit, I didn't feel like the level of peril was too high facing a beetle or a goblin. But
awesome.
I just might not know the system enough to know that I should be scared.
No, and I generally don't know. I think one of the ways that this, because you're using your action points to defend, it seems like numbers are your enemy. Yep. So if you're facing like one thing, well, that's not, you're going to be able to make full use of your defenses and whatever else. Yep. And if you're acting before them, then they're going to be fighting on the defensive until they get some kind of success against you. But if you're fighting 3 adversaries, that's where like, well, fuck, I've got, there's a neat action called outmaneuver, and what that specifically does is it's trying to like move around enemies so you reduce the number that can actually attack you in that round.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah, it's a neat, like there's a couple of things that are like that where it's like, oh yeah, that really makes sense. For a lot of the decisions in the game seem to have been very well thought out, which you would expect from a 6th edition of a game. And even the range thing, I think, is really, like, I think I can't think of another game where the range modifier is strictly the range. I think GURPS might do that as well, because it uses the range for fall off of damage as opposed to other things. But the added element of being able to choose a target location feat with the specific ranges is kind of cool. I think archers would have that Legolas kind of vibe to them.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking when I was looking at some of the feats, or not the feats, the whatever you call them in this game.
Special effects, yeah.
Special effects, yeah.
Awesome.
Like the rapid reload. I mean, that's that's classic Legolas too. So
yeah, and if you had got a critical success on something, that would have been a single round. Like you would have reloaded with that, and the next round you could have taken another shot.
Yeah, and some of these are really evocative. Like I like the what was it? The bludgeoning. I really liked the not the bash, the one that
stun location.
No, press advantage. Like especially when it described the bottom part, like using the special effect, attacker can potentially establish an unbroken sequence of attacks while defender desperately blocks. So like you're hitting him, you might not be doing much damage, but you're like keeping him from like responding.
Yeah.
Like that's all just very. They came out with some really cool special effects.
When I saw it, like I saw someone in chat mentioned I mentioned the age system and that this was similar, and the way what I meant by that, just to be clear, is that there's like outcomes of your dice roll that then you get to decide some extra cool thing happens. And with the because the age system has such long lists of things, I find that it moves at a snail's pace, especially for new players, because you're spending a lot of time just making decisions over it. This seems to be a little faster because you're using a more limited list, but that also might suggest that having a more limited list of stunt spends might be a good way of getting age going. So that you're not having like, okay, now let's look at the full list of things. Let's just pick 3 things. These are the things you're most likely to use. Start with that list. We'll expand out from there. But anyway, Jeff, any closing thoughts on it?
I don't know. I like it. I think this is a fun system. I would definitely return to it.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I had a blast running this. It was really easy to run, and I love the depth of the skill mechanics too. I like that you guys have a big roster of things that you're pretty capable at, even as starting characters, so that we're not like looking at a 10% chance or a 20% chance of success on some things. The things that you're not good at, you're going to be shitty at. But it was pretty cool. All right. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for our second foray into Stonehell using Mythras Classic Fantasy. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the game, or the adventure we were playing, again, I've got links in the description of this video to the Design Mechanisms store where you can find out about Mythras. They have a free version, incidentally, of a kind of a streamlined version of Classic Fantasy and of original Mythras. Both of those are free in PDF. You can get those. There's also a link to Michael Curtis's Lulu store, where you can pick up a copy of Stonehell Dungeon, as well as the associated products that he's written for that. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where you can find channels dedicated to most games we run on the channel, as well as most campaigns we have on the channel. There's also finding a group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. There's a ton of great people over there who are helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly. You're more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have something in stock in their extensive catalog that you are looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MUSERFROST. All caps, all one word. It's listed down below, and you'll save yourself 10% on your purchase. That code will change as of January 15th, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll see what the current discount code is there. Finally, there's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages, which is our charity fundraising we do in the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages, the international charity, a terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. We've already concluded our participation part for the donors, so there's nothing else for those folks to do other than to enjoy our gratitude for the generosity of your donations thus far this year. And we'll have our final charity session, our mashup, next weekend, where we're playing Twilight 2000 in a session inspired by the Dracula dossier originally published for Night's Black Agents. Last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart Stonehell Delvers. So Robert and Jeffrey, thank you so much for playing this morning, guys. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the stomping around that map as well. Like, what a beautiful looking map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that. Great job by that guy.
So then we'll be back. We're about to start our holiday break, so we'll be back with the Guard or Soulbound or whatever in about a month's time from the time of recording, about 4 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our Stonehell Delvers are encountering as they're trying to reconnoiter the initial entrance to that canyon. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.